If you want to take photos of your dog playing with bubbles, the best time to do this is during sunrise or sunset. And that is because the light is going to be off to the side. It is not going to be straight overhead. It is not going to be creating harsh shadows. It is going to be on the horizon. And that means your light is coming in from the side and illuminating your bubbles with a golden glow. If you have that sun anywhere else in the sky, it's going to make it harder to see the bubbles. And if you have a busy background, it means they're not going to stand out. So your goal is to take your dog outside when it is going to have that lower sun, especially with the golden glow, and you're going to want to shoot so that the sun is slightly off camera. You can see how it's not in frame here. It's coming from one of the sides, and then it illuminates both sides of these bubbles, and you get these beautiful rainbow effect where if the sun is higher, that is only illuminating part of it, and it's really going to get lost in the background. So you want to make sure that you have that sideways angle of light to create these beautiful colors. And of course, you can try different angles. You can try with the sun somewhere in the background, although it might kind of haze out the bubbles a little bit. You can try with the sun behind you, but off to the side is going to give you that beautiful golden glow. But then that also illuminates the grass, the trees, the background in a beautiful golden glow way as well, and highlights your dog's fur depending on where that sun is going to be. So you might have a dog that really pops on screen as well as those bubbles, and you can get some really great content that way. So I highly recommend both filming and taking photos of this. If you are going to be using your phone, do a video on cinematic mode of these bubbles and playtime with the bubbles, and then take screenshots of it so you can get both the video and the photos. Well worth it to make sure you're getting really cool shots like this that are going to stand out with those bubbles without having to use something like a bubble overlay or do a lot of really intense editing to make those stand out. You can get this so that it is very striking in both your video and your photos, and you can do bubbles all day long. You can do them whenever you want, but this is when the bubbles are going to stand out the most inside of the content that you are creating, saving you time and effort in the editing process later, and making sure they're really striking in your images on social media so that people can see them. Because we've all taken bubble photos and then put them up on social media, and when they're in those tiny grids, you don't really see the bubbles, and then what is the point? So making sure we're highlighting them with that golden, gorgeous, early morning or late evening sun is going to work in your favor. And then you might even get some really pretty skies too. Could be golden skies. It could be like the pinks and purples of sunrise and sunset. You can get some epic images just by timing your bubbles correctly. Drop your questions down below and follow along for more dog photo tips.